Happy Halloween! How are you all today? Welcome back to the forest. I'm glad y'all are joining me here today. Today we're going to be talking about masks we wear after Halloween. Because, during Halloween we put on all sorts of masks, but actually after Halloween we still wear masks. So I wanted to talk about that today. I figured this is a good time of year to do that. It's interesting because I've kind of researched this and looked up some stuff, and I think most videos out there are all about being your authentic self, Well, I'm not so sure that we need to be our authentic selves all the time. I think there are times when we do need to wear masks. So what I'm going to say today may sound a little bit different, but I just want to have a conversation with you all and find out what you think about the concept of wearing masks. Sometimes when we wear masks, we get really depleted, our energy does, and sometimes we need them for survival. So I think the first thing to talk about is like, why do we even wear masks to begin with? What are masks? And I think about things like being at work. When I was in the corporate world, I had to wear a mask. I couldn't be my authentic self at work. I would have been fired, and with my friends, I have different groups of friends, in fact, and depending on what group of friends I'm with, I'm just a kind of a different person. And is that a mask? Is that a bad thing? I'm not sure that that is a bad thing. I think what we want to talk about today, at least for me, with the things I'm learning in my personal life, and I hope this helps you too, is looking at not not the idea of not wearing a mask, but learning when we're wearing a mask and why we're wearing the mask. I'm trying to do a better job of moving around so that the sun isn't on my face, just blinding me. Uh, so we're talking about masks and the different kinds that we wear, and I was wanting you all to think about the different kind of masks that you wear and think about like what are the benefits you get from it and what are the negatives if it does wear you down like it does me. I think the biggest thing that I want us to think about, or at least what I'm thinking about, is when we aren't in control of which masks we wear. I mean, I think that's the key is, when I've been talking about transactional analysis, the idea of, the parent, the critical parent, the nurturing parent, the adaptive child, all these different parts kind of in our brains. Well, what can happen is when we're around other people, if we're around someone that tends to be narcissistic, for example, or someone that complains about us, and they kind of slip into a parent kind of role, we can slip into a child kind of role and put on a mask that is kind of accommodating to them. When we people please, we're putting on this mask that isn't really ourselves. And so that can be detrimental to us. That's when we need to be careful about what mask we're actually wearing. The other thing that can be negative when we're thinking about these masks that we wear, that I think is important to realize, is when we're playing these kind of roles out in society, whatever role it is that we're playing, sometimes we trick ourselves into being someone that we actually aren't. I mean, that's one of the things that I see happen with some folks, is they get so used to playing a role and they have this mask on that they present themselves as someone that they're not. With social media, it's rampant. We're constantly seeing on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. For me, recording things here, I'm trying to watch other videos of different people. And on YouTube, everybody has, I was about to say, everybody has their beep together when they really don't, and people are out there portraying this persona just to, I guess, get clicks or get attention. Everybody is now putting on these masks for people because we're all seeing each other a lot more because of social media. And I think that can be a trap. I remember seeing one guy on YouTube talking about how he was quitting YouTube and making videos because he realized he was becoming the person in the videos and that wasn't really him. Now, this is me. This is me. I like to play Halloween. I like to be out in the forest. I like talking about things like the law of attraction, psychology, all that sort of stuff. That's me. That's who I am. But, I don't know. Maybe if I ask certain people, they'd be like, no, Brian, and that's good to ask other people. Who are you? You have a close friend? Ask them what kind of masks they think you're wearing. And the other pitfall, like I just mentioned, the law of attraction, one of the challenges with these masks is when we're playing someone that we're not. Like if we play a victim role, when we think about things like law of attraction, if that's something that you study, then we're actually kind of attracting people, places, and things that align with this victim role that we're playing. And we're just going to get more of the same. So the key message here isn't to try to be someone that has to be like this authentic self all the time. Learn when we're wearing the masks, what masks we're wearing, and then what the benefit is. And if we need to change a mask, learn how to do that. I do think it's important to spend time cultivating that authentic self. And you can do that by really writing down your own core values, what's really important to you, what your goals are, what you want out of life. And it is important to try to stay in that authentic self as much as you can when you can. When we talk about how we can become our authentic selves, in addition to writing down our goals and what's important to us, I think once we kind of decide who that authentic person is, I think it's good if we're in low stress situations or low impact situations to kind of play that role. Try to be more authentic. I don't have to, try to go into a work environment, cubicle land, and suddenly talking about law of attraction and gratitude to everybody, But if I'm with some friends and I want to bring up something about how I feel or what's important to me right now, then maybe that's kind of like a low risk environment where I can be more authentic with people. Find people that you're close to. Just kind of practicing being more authentic, because I do think it is good, because the more authentic that we become, then we have more control of when we do have to sometimes switch in to these different personalities, and we have to put on our different masks for different people. So keep that in mind. So yeah, that's the idea today, is thinking about what kind of role you're playing, when you're playing it, what the benefits are, what could be hurting you when you're playing those roles. I'd love to hear in the comment section below what you think about this idea. I know it's a little bit jumbled today. I apologize for that. It's Halloween. I got to get ready to go. And I want to hear what you all are doing for Halloween. What are you doing tonight? Are you going out with? I'm going out with my buddy who has the 2 kids, and we're gonna go trick or treating. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. The whole family will be there. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate that you've joined me here today. I hope you've enjoyed the Halloween series I've done. Please like and subscribe, and it helps YouTube know who to send this information out to. Please stay grateful. Please stay kind. And as always, I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.